Everyone, welcome back. Day 2 here on this 10-day challenge, how to pure your irons. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing all on club face. I honestly think this is the most important factor in the golf swing. If not the most, then it's the second most important. If you have an incredibly inside to out swing path, that's on my mind because that's my bad shot. I get stuck. So inside to out swing path, even if your swing path is 10 degrees inside to out, if that club face is close to that path, you're still going to draw the ball. If you have a 10 degree outside to in swing path, if that club face is slightly open to that swing path, let's say 3 or 4 degrees, you're going to be fading the ball. Okay, so that's how important club face is. So even with swing path being way off, and you can try this especially on the putting area. So if you're putting, you can stand, a couple of feet from the hole, really exaggerate inside to out with your putter and close the club face and see how straight that golf ball goes. So club face is incredibly important. Here's what we're going to be focusing on day 2. First drill that we're going to be doing. I don't even want you to have a golf ball yet. And all we're going to be doing is working on this lead hand. Okay, so the idea here is to build the awareness of that club face matches the back of your lead hand. And all we're going to be doing here is taking some swings, half swings, lead hand only, build the awareness of what the club face is doing and the lead hand. So you can pause, check if that club face is square, start brushing the ground a little bit, stop and check, yeah, that's square. So I just want you to do a few swings here, keep it going, you can follow along. Lead hand only. Another way that you can do this is put the back of your hand like this. Okay, so all I'm doing, I have my hands crossed like this. So this right hand is not interfering at all. A lot what goes wrong in amateur swings is that this right hand will get too dominant. It'll get too tight. It'll start to manipulate the club face, rolling it over, or being too weak, too under the grip, leaving it open. So let's take this right hand off. We just have it under and on the lead hand, and we're just taking some swings. Lead hand dominant here. Building the awareness of what the club face is doing. And then pause. Check if that's square or how you want it. Okay? So really good warm-up drill for us. Next drill we're going to do is the gate drill. So you're just going to place 2 tees in the ground. Okay, so put your club face down on the ground and give yourself an extra ½ inch either side of it. Okay? That looks about right. And all we're going to do here is just take some half swings. And what's this going to do is it's going to help us have that square club face at impact. Now if this club face is wide open, I'm going to take over that tee, and it'll be very difficult to hit the ball without hitting one of the tees. And all we're doing is just developing the feeling of a square club face. Okay, so do that about 10 times. Now, for the purpose of the video, I won't be doing it too many more times, but you can pause the video, do it as many times as you want. See if you can make that proper contact, square club face through the gate, okay? That's called the gate drill. So next thing we're going to be doing, we're going to take away the gate. And for this drill, I want you to start developing your awareness of what the club face is doing in the swing. Okay, this is so important. On the golf course, we're not always going to be having a square club face, okay? There might be times where you need to open up the face, close the face, especially if there's trees in the way, anything like that. So, for this drill, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening up the club face on the way back, and we're going to be having a square club face on the way through. Now, if you're out on the range, safety isn't an issue or anything like that, you can keep that club face open through impact. All we're doing here is developing the awareness that this club face is open and that you can control that. It's incredibly important that you're building up your control of what the club face is doing. This is skills development. It's like anything. You are building your awareness, building your feelings of what the club face is doing. Everyone's on the range practicing perfection. Square club face, square club face, square club face. But that's not reality. There's going to be times that that club face is 1 or 2 degrees too far open, 1 or 2 degrees too far closed. And the more that you can build the awareness of what the club face is doing, the more that you can control it. Okay, so that's very important to understand. So what we're doing here, we're going to be taking it back halfway, open club face. And again, if you're on the range, I just have the net here in front of me, so I'm going to be squaring off that club face coming into contact. But I'm going to be opening it on the way back. And get the feeling ingrained of what that open club face looks like. So I'm going to be neutral on my setup. And I'm just going to check, yeah, that club face is open. That club face is open. That club face is open. I'm getting the feeling then, turning then into the golf ball, that the club face is square at impact. Now, how do I check it's square? We don't have any launch monitors or anything like that. For these 10 days, I want this to be incredibly accessible to everyone. I don't want any fancy training aids, something that everyone can do. So we're going to be pausing. Club face is open. Club face is perfectly square at impact. So now I'm building my awareness of what an open club face looks like and bringing it back to square. Now let's have it open on the way back, and we're going to keep it open. Yeah, that's still open. Okay, so the more you do that about 10 times, start to build your awareness again of what an open club face is. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is closing the club face. Okay, so nice and neutral on the setup. And you're closing that club face on the way back. And closing it then at impact. And I want you to do this 10 times. Building your awareness of what that club face is doing. It's closed. And it's closed right at impact. The more that you can build this awareness, the more control that you're going to start to get over the club face, and the more that you can control that club face, the better shots that you're going to be able to produce. Okay, so let's speed this up. Close. And one thing I notice here the feeling of this club face being closed, I feel like my right hand is more on top. So now when I start to do this, I can start to understand, okay, when I'm on the golf course, I'm not going to be pausing here checking where the club face is, but I know the feeling that I need. And that feeling is that my hand is more on top of this club face. Some other people might feel like that this logo on their golf club is facing down towards the ground. As opposed to neutral club face, you might feel like it's a little bit more out in front of them. Okay, so different feelings for different players. So I want you to do this about 10 times. So what we're doing here, we're doing half swings, closing the club face. You might pause, check, and go again. We're going to pause, and you can even pause at impact, and I can see that that club face is closed. Okay, so we're doing the gate drill, and then we're opening up the club face 10 times, and we're closing the club face 10 times. Okay, now we're starting to build awareness of the feelings that we have in order to produce an open or closed club face. All right, so the next drill that we're going to do is I'm going to start to hit some draws. With the same feeling. Okay? So I know the feeling of a closed club face. Now I'm going to start to take some full swings with that same feeling. If you have a launch monitor, you can check the numbers. If you're out on the range, you can see the ball flight. What's the ball flight going to look like with a draw? It's going to start slightly left of target or right of target, and it'll finish as the ball draws in, comes into the left. Okay. So for me, I've had a lot of golf balls in my life. I know the feeling of a draw. Okay, coming inside to out with a closed club face. All right. So nice and slow, nice and relaxed. All we're doing here is building that awareness of what that club face is doing. So the draw is my natural shot. So this one is a lot easier for me when I'm on the range, when I'm out practicing a bit more. I'm going to be trying to hit fades a lot more, about 70-30. Just because my bad shot is that I can get stuck here and get that hook. So I want to practice the opposite of that. So if your bad shot is a slice, you're coming from the outside to in with an open club face, I really want you practicing draws. Okay, so with a draw, you're going to be more inside to out with the closed club face. All right. So we're going to do a few here, just slowing it down, exaggerating it. At setup, we're not having a closed club face. We're not over exaggerating the grip or anything like that. All we're doing here is coming into impact, that club face. We're just getting that feeling of a more closed club face. Okay? So we're extending on here from the previous drill of just those half swings, building awareness of what the club head is doing. All right, so I want you to do about 10 draws. And now we're going to move on to fades. So with the fades, I'm going to be feeling like I'm coming from the outside to in with an open club face. That was way open, that club face, because it nearly missed the net. Alright, but that's okay. Keep going. So because the hook is my bad shot, or you know, the overdraw, and yours might be the slice, I want you to up the numbers with the opposite, okay? So as I said, when I'm on the range, I'm going to be practicing more fades. Here comes the Irish rain. Because the opposite is my bad shot, okay? So if you're slicing the ball a lot more, as a lot of amateurs do, then I want you to practice more draws, okay? More, get club face a little bit more closed. We're getting from the inside to out. And what's going to happen is you're going to find a neutral point, okay? Okay, so more inside to out, slowing down, exaggerating, getting the club face a little bit more open. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed day 2. We did the gate drill, we did some half swings, getting the club face a little bit more open, understanding that feeling, building your awareness, getting the club face a little bit more closed, building awareness again, and then we're going into the full swings. Okay, so enjoy that lesson. Club face is incredibly important. Always develop your skills. Just because you do this once does not mean you're finished. Always do this on the range. Okay, so hope you enjoyed day 2, and I'll see you for day 3.